complete this series with a 3-game sweep just first off?
Awesome. I mean, just what a feeling. Obviously result wise, with the weekend, and we had some guys down this weekend, and telling the team just super proud of guys just picking each other up. That's all we did all weekend, um, along the way. And it's and that's why we preach total team effort in this program. And to let that sink in, and our guys believe that, they know that, and everybody has a role in the team. And you never know when your name or number is going to get called. And the biggest thing is we get to be prepared for that spot, and our guys just did an outstanding job all weekend of being prepared for when their name or their number was getting called, whether it was out of the bullpen, starting, with Porter starting yesterday, his first start, down, getting a start today. And then passing the torch throughout the game. Jamie, I thought, did a heck of a job. He's just continuously getting better. And then our offense was just outstanding. I thought we won a solid game yesterday because our pitching was just dominant all weekend, in my opinion. And then our offense just responded today with 13 hits and just did a heck of a job of passing the torch. So outstanding win today.
What was it like seeing 5 different players have multiple hits today, both coming at the top of your lineup, the middle of the lineup, with Beltray, and then you get bottom of the lineup too with Aden and Connor both having multiple hits?
That's a great question. I mean, and then that's 1 through 9, right? It's not just relying on your bigger hitters, if you will, or relying on one guy. But what it is all 9, and just having tough at bats 1 through 9, and I think like you said, as you pointed it out at the bottom of the order, and Howie and my draft have been just so valuable for us at the bottom of the order, and having just tough at bats. They're hard to pitch to, and then the huge RBIs. I think they had 5 combined RBIs in today's game. And then just gets the lineup over there. Those guys get on base for Gerv. I mean, that's position A where we want to be, and then obviously Gerv doing his thing and had a couple RBIs too at the top. So just that balance 1 through 9 is huge, and I give so much credit to our players, and our players just continuously work so hard. And I think the best thing about it is the culture is them believing in one another, right? And hey, I'm going to pick you up. If you don't get it done, I'm going to get your back. And I think that was just a huge message today from our guys.
What's it like seeing Gerv be able to hit the way he is? We've seen each of his last 2 homers go the opposite field. What's it like seeing him not just looking to pull the ball, but then as we saw with his, I think it was 2-run double yesterday, I think it was, but what's it like seeing him go opposite field, especially with that power?
Yeah, he's always had that ability to hit the ball to all fields, and he's got the power to all fields, and so much credit goes to Jack. He works tirelessly on his craft, and that's his hitting. And when he's able to hit the ball out the other way, he's as dangerous as it comes because he can handle any pitch. He can really trust himself. He gets the ball deep on himself, and he has power that way. And then he's also able to burn you pull side, and he's just done an incredible job all season of showcasing his power to left field and not getting too big in the moment. And it's really fun to watch.
What was it like seeing Down, and what were your takeaways from his start today?
Oh, just giving us, again, emptying the tank. Give us everything you got, and giving us 4 solid innings to piece the game together, shorten the game, if you will, for what we had left, and then giving our offense time to score, and we get that, I think, 3 runs early in the second inning, and then able to get another 3 after his last inning in the fourth was big for our 6-1 lead there to turn the ball over to Jamie. Just I thought it was a good 4-inning performance out of Down today.
Another big part in the game was that 7th inning where you see, even though Fernando gets loads of bases, you see Hayden come in, and how important was that 7th inning for Cody Hayden to come in and close that?
Big, and we call it non-X in our program, and bases loaded, 1 out, and again, I think that was huge. Again, what he did, I believe it was on Friday, the same thing, and then allowed our offense come back, and our offense responds, picking each other up again. They score 1 in the top of the 7th. Cody limits them, and then we come back and we get 2 in the bottom of the 7th, adding on there, and that's what good teams do. They respond after a team scores. They respond, and then they get shutdowns after they score. So that was a great 7th inning for us.
Going back to that 9th inning, what's it like knowing that you mentioned how the way that Connor's been playing, he's able to flip it with just that 2-out walk, and then that just opens the door for what else? What happens the rest of that inning?
Yeah, I mean, it goes as I said, I think a lot of times when it's a tie game, guys want to get the big hit or the big home run. Guys want to end it in one swing, and I thought Ward had a great swing there to lead off that inning, and with 2 outs, Mydros does, what the Mydros family does so well, and I think that's just working counts. I mean, he's able to be patient and confident enough to know that, hey, I can afford to take a strike, and I trust myself that if I have a strike or 2 strikes on me, that I'm still a good enough hitter to be able to get the job done. And that was just a great at bat to be able to draw that walk there and deepen the count. And what it does is it really puts pressure on the opposition. It puts pressure on the pitcher too, to where he's like, okay, now I got the top of the lineup and I got to face these guys. And then he obviously hits Gerv and he hits Lane. And then it set the table for Rex, which was awesome to be able to win on that balk today.
How much how much momentum does this team have right now? You're obviously 14-4 in conference play. You're right now in sole possession of first place. Yesterday, you also clinched a spot in the conference tournament. Just how do you guys feel right now from a momentum standpoint?
We feel like we're just attaining, checking our box and playing San Diego baseball. And it's just staying with what we do every day and staying with our preparation, our process, our work ethic, and our family. Our family is so strong, and these guys they'll just fight tooth and nail for one another, and they'll get each other's back, and they want to win. Everything's been thrown at them. The kitchen sink's been thrown at them, and it's like we talk about every day. Nothing's going to phase you guys, so just keep on playing baseball, put your head down, meet adversity head on, and go win.
Thank you, Brevin. Thank you, Coach.
Cool. Thanks, Andy.
Feel to pull off the sweep and continue the winning ways here in San Diego.
It feels amazing. We're such a big family. We all have big goals, and it's cool because we're all tight. So it's fun to see the success we've been having, and everyone works so hard. So just keep it up and see how far we go this year.
14-4 in conference play. What has worked so well? Obviously, now as you cap off this week.
I think just keeping it simple and staying with us. We have guys down, 2-5, and Mitch have really been harping on you don't have to try and get the big hit or be the guy that kind of carries the team. So I think just passing the torch, passing the baton has been a big point, and we all trust each other and we all love each other. So it's been great.
What's it like knowing that even though you might think about wanting to get the big hit, that today's the day where it's not the big hit that gets you guys the win. It's you get a walk and then you get 2 hit by pitches before the balk.
I think it gives you ease at mind. Sometimes you can kind of just get geared up for it, and I think being able to just turn the lineup over, Maj doing what Maj does, giving it to Gerv, and I mean that's big, it's huge. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. How important is it for you and Connor to hit and produce the way both of you guys been doing? And once again, we see that today. You going 2 for 3, and then Connor gets 3 for 3 with 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. You guys combine for 5 RBIs total.
Oh yeah, it's been great. Just being able to watch Connor, he's so patient at the plate, and I take I guess a lot of things from him that I see and been trying to implement it into myself. Just being patient, having trust in yourself, no matter the count. So that's been great.
Mm-hmm. One thing too without this series has been your defense, and you're flying around this outfield. How important is it to not let this ball drop when you're playing center field?
Yeah, I think the main thing I think about when I'm out there is running around, having fun, being a kid. There's some situations you got to be smart in, but I think that's kind of how I try and play in the outfield, just having fun, being a kid, and going out there and tracking down balls.
You didn't need your defense in that 7th inning, but what was it like seeing Hayden get through that 7th inning, and then that leads you guys to get 2 runs offensively?
I mean, it was so cool. That's H-Co, that's Tank. He's a vet. He's been through a lot. So I think we all have full trust in him, and it's so cool to be pumped up with him after and come off the field hyped. So I think everyone had full trust in him, and we knew he was going to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. Coming off winning 2 out of 3 against Gonzaga over last weekend, you guys sweep San Francisco. How much momentum do you guys feel right now going into the rest of the year?
I think it's a lot of momentum, but we've had some lows this year, so I think we do a good job of staying consistent and just staying level-headed. So I think that'll be the main thing, and just keep it going the weeks moving forward.
You ever seen a walk-off balk before?
Nope. Yeah, that was the first time.
Thank you, Aden.
Thank you.